Hi, my name is Mark Monlux, and this is Friday night movie recommendation. And this week we're going to take a movie from the 40s, 1941 to be specific. Last year we were in the 30s. We're just going to do each decade one by one. And I decided this week that I'm going to go with a classic. Well, first of all, let's talk about 1941. The big news. The U.S. joined World War II with the bombing of Pearl Harbor. Let's see, How Green Was My Valley made Best Oscar at the Best Picture at the Oscars, and Glenn Miller's Chattanooga Choo Choo was #1 on the Billboard Top 100s. Now, the movie I'm going to recommend is The Wolfman, directed by George Wagner. He would go on to do some other horror movies. The Wolfman. Now, this film is iconic in many ways. It was one of the very first films to show a guy turning into a werewolf. The transmutation. Until this, the werewolf was basically an id, the dark side of a person's mentality coming forth, sort of like a Dr. Jekyll, if you were. But this, with a lycanthropy twist, kind of brought in different types of folklore, and that brought in an easy way to bring that into the films. What was with gypsies. So the mood is really nice in this. The premise is a man returns home because his brother dies, and at his brother's funeral, he reconciles with his father, with whom he's been estranged. So you've got the undercurrent of deep emotions bubbling up and surfacing. Woman he knows it's, gets attacked in the woods by a wolf, and he kills it only for people to come back and discover that he's killed a guy. Oddly enough, Bela Lugosi really wanted to play this movie. He wanted to be the werewolf because he just did Dracula, and not so long ago, and was after. He didn't get the werewolf role though. That went to Lon Chaney Jr., the son of a man with 1,000 faces. But he did get this role as the original werewolf, and so it's not much of a role. I mean, he's basically dead through most of his performance. But hey, Lon Chaney was in this movie. Pardon me, not Lon Chaney. Bela Lugosi was in this movie. So you got Bela Lugosi, Lon Chaney Jr. Doing the special effects on this film was something that really unique and innovative at the time. And they kind of had to do a bit of the makeup, do some shootage, do a bit of makeup, do some shootage, do a bit of makeup, just slowly applying things, but in such a way, I mean, that's not, layering it up gently is not an easy thing to do. And it took hours, even though it only appears for seconds on the films. And when he would go in, the way they managed to line this thing up was by having plates of glass sit up where his reflection was shining in the plates of glass, and he would hold his position, get out of the chair, do the makeup, go back in the chair, and line himself up with where his plates of glass were. I'm not going to reshoot this. Okay, so it's 5 o'clock of this filming. Anyway, you got gypsies, You got a lot of internal conflict going. The bones of this whole film were so good that it's been used for hundreds of other films since then. But there's something to be said for watching the original when it was so cleverly done and pretty well done, even though you're probably wondering, a werewolf, why does he have a belt? But keep in mind, this was all so brand new of how to make, how to do these type of creatures. I have lost count how many times I've seen this film, and am literally shocked, I say, when I find out that people haven't seen it. So hunt it down, find a good copy. Um, you're gonna have to track this down because once again, even old films, when they're really good like this one and are high value classics, they're going to be a little bit more problematic for you to find because they're not going to be readily or easily or immediately available, which just goes to show you what a stand-up film this is. So that's my movie recommendation for this week is 1940s one's The Wolfman. Now, if you like this movie recommendation, please check out my others. I have several on my YouTube channel. I also do unboxings, and I have some other videos as well. Follow me either on YouTube or via TikTok, and I'm all up for hearing some suggestions from you on what I should review next, or rather recommend, because I don't really review things. Well, is it a review? Anyway, see you next week.